members of the Collected Seven. How you doing, Andy?
I'm very good.
You had a good weekend?
Yeah, had a great weekend.
I had a funny thing happen this weekend.
Okay, well, we've got to go.
Okay. Okay, you're cleared to tell it. All
right.
There you go.
Checks out. Go ahead. Proceed with funny anecdote.
No, this is a little thing, so let's not put too much pressure on it.
Okay.
Okay? This is just a little real slice of my life. I was up in Connecticut, up in the countryside, where I go occasionally to frighten people. And I was up there, and I went into a supermarket, and I'm in the supermarket checkout lane, and the guy's looking at me, and he goes, "You know something? You look just like that Conan O'Brien guy, except only he's really small." And he meant it. He said, and I was like, yeah, no, he's like a little guy. I'm a tall guy. I'm like 6'4".
Right.
He's a little guy, and he's like, yeah. And I said, I've met him. He's really tiny. He was like, yeah, I don't know. Whatever. I just thought you just look so much like him, except he's small, and he was convinced. I wouldn't have been able to ever convince him.
Well,
I think I come across on TV as just a very small, mean-spirited little punk, you know? And in real life, I'm actually very large, very tall, and very attractive.
yeah, and very attractive.
Yeah.
I mean, in sort of a, gender-bending sort of way. So, it's a fun.
I like how you struggled for a second to, how can I put this delicately, and then gender bending.
Well, come on, wouldn't he make a pretty girl?
I'd make a very... That's my girl that has a crush.
Yeah, she always ends up
Conan,
with...
I think that girl has a crush on you. Where? That one over there.
And whenever you become a girl, you always have buck teeth.
Yeah.
Something I've noticed.
You know, I do believe that the funniest thing in the world in the old Three Stooges is when they would meet three women, and it would be played by them wearing wigs, and they would think the women were knockouts, you know? Look at those three girls. It's Mo-Ella, Curly-Ella, Larry-Ella, and it's the three of them going, yoo-hoo, and they'd be like, hot damn, how can I get that? Oh, give me that. I mean, if I really saw a girl that looked like me in a wig, I would be horrified. I would run away. I would not be like, wow, how can I get her number?
Somewhere there's a psychology thesis, a doctorate in that.
We will discuss that. But, we should do some good here at the top of the show.
Okay.
For a change.
If we gotta.
We gotta. Well, this show should help people. Now, it's graduation time. And that means for a lot of high schools and college seniors, it's time to get that first real job. I mean, a lot of our fans are young kids who are graduating right now, and they can't just watch this show all the time. They got to get a job. So we thought we'd help out all these people who might be new to the job search process by showing them some resumes of famous people. You see, this way they can see how the famous people present themselves to employers, and maybe that's how they became so successful, and they can sort of emulate them.
Their resume is the first impression. I mean, these people have all done very well.
Yeah.
Follow their lead.
Exactly. I don't even know how we got these celebrity resumes, but we did.
I actually know, but I can't say.
You can't say. If you told me, you'd have to kill me. All right, well, let's start off first with Jenny McCarthy's resume. We found Jenny McCarthy's resume. Here it is, right there. It's got a little picture of her up at the top. Can you see that? This is her trying to look serious. Yeah. And there she is. Yeah, but it's a great resume. Look, it's nicely presented. Education, print, television, all the things that she's done, all the places she's been. And then here at the bottom, listen to this. Professional training, acting coaches, a list of them. Karen Hartwick, acting coach, I guess. Ronald Steadman, and finally her third one, Bobo the Chimp. I guess was a... See, we start small, and then we start to escalate the funny. You see?
Right.
What I do is I start with the funny on one.
Right.
And the desk piece, and then slowly crank it up.
To like 3 or 4 by the time we're done.
It only goes to 2. There's 11:30 shows. It goes to really high, but we only got one that goes to 2. All right, this latest resume, oh, you're not going to think this is funny. It's the resume of Frank Gifford. picture that was taken just after he heard me doing that joke in the monologue. Just look at the picture, I'll block up. What the? That red-haired pipsqueak! Anyway, this is his resume, and it's good. It's got his broadcasting experience, football experience, education. And look up at the top here. This is good, valuable information, how to get in touch with him. His address and telephone. It says, let it ring. It takes a while for me to jimmy the lock on my leg irons and remove the high-voltage jumper cables from my testicles. So, a little tricky. I just want to hang on to this for the rest of the show.
Yeah, whenever you're feeling down, just pull that out. Thanks, Frank.
Yeah. Picture of Frank about to destroy me. All right. The Spice Girls have a resume. That's right. All the Spice Girls, all those saucy Spice Girls have one resume right here. There's their picture. There's the Spice Girls right there. And look, it has their employment history on it. It's interesting. It says temporary secretaries in office, 1988 to 90. And then it says temporary clerks at law firm, 90 to 95. And then finally, temporary rock stars, 95 to present. So, get a load of those Spice Girls. Now, Frank, you calm down.
I'm going to turn this over. I don't like him looking at me.
What's the matter? You can't relax? Take it easy, pal. There's nothing to worry about. It's just an angry Frank Gilbert.